It's a new day, and I'm feeling so alive with you. I'm feeling so alive with you. You're making all things brand new. So crazy to believe that nothing's ever gonna come between all the love that you have for me. It's a new day, and I'm feeling so alive with you. I'm feeling so alive with you. Step out, take a breath, knowing you're right beside me, always looking up. Your face is all that I see. Your love within me sets my spirit free. Now you got me singing. It's a new day, and I'm feeling so alive with you. I'm feeling so alive with you. You're making all things brand new. So crazy to believe that nothing's ever gonna come between all the love that you have for me. It's a new day, and I'm feeling so alive with you. I'm feeling so alive with you. You hear every word. God, I know you're listening. You know every hurt. You turn it on to dancing. Your love within me sets my spirit free. Now you got me singing. It's a new day, and I'm feeling so alive with you. I'm feeling so alive with you. You're making all things brand new. So crazy to believe that nothing's ever gonna come between all the love that you have for me. It's a new day, and I'm feeling so alive with you. I'm feeling so alive with you. I'm feeling so alive with you.
It's all looking so bright. It's all feeling so right. It's all looking so bright. It's all feeling so right.
And I'm feeling so alive with you. I'm feeling so alive with you. You're making all things brand new. So crazy to believe that nothing's ever gonna come between all the love that you have for me. It's a new day, and I'm feeling so alive with you. I'm feeling so alive with you. You're making all things brand new. So crazy to believe that nothing's ever gonna come between all the love that you have for me. It's a new day. It's a new day. I'm feeling so alive with you. It's a new day. I'm feeling so alive with you. Feeling so alive with you. I'm feeling so alive with you.
God's love never changes. Hey gang, it's Uncle Charlie. You know what this is? This is called a kaleidoscope. Want to know what it does? It shows me some really cool designs with bright colors and some crazy patterns. You know how it can do that? It's because on the inside, there's lots of these little mirrors, and it's got tons of these little particles that are different shapes and different colors. You see, if you shake it, you can hear those particles on the inside. And here's how it works. You see, on this side, it's got an eye hole. And so if I look through the eye hole, kind of like I would a periscope, I just look in there and I can take my fingers and I can turn the edge. And when I turn the edge, it changes the patterns. Wow, that's pretty cool. Take a look on the inside with me. Here's what some of those patterns could look like. You see, as I turn the edge of the kaleidoscope to the left or to the right, different design patterns begin to appear in all kinds of shapes and colors and forms. They change every time I move it. It's almost like just entering into another world that's full of color and beautiful pictures that I've never seen before. And the more I turn it, the more of these cool designs I get to see. When I was a kid, these were really popular toys. I'd love to play with them because, man, I'm into the colors and designs. That was just a lot of fun for me to do. Man, I can spend chunks of time on this thing just looking through, trying to find that perfect design to show my friends. And when I would find one and lock it in, I would invite my friends to come over and see it. And they would try to look, but if I moved this thing ever so slightly, guess what would happen to that design? It would disappear. I'd go back and try to find it, never to be found again. Man, that was so frustrating. But that's the way it is with a kaleidoscope. It never stays the same. You see, it's always changing. And you know, that reminds me of something. Things change all the time, don't they? Yeah, think about it. The weather, it changes. I live in Florida. It could be sunny all day, and then on a dime, boom, it could be pouring down rain out of nowhere. Another thing that changes are the seasons. Yeah, you've got the spring, the summer, the fall, and the winter, right? Well, another thing that changes are people. Yeah, people can change too. Think about it. They can grow, they can move away, make new friends, they can change their behavior. Our moods change all the time. We could be mad, we could be glad, we could be sad, we can even be bad. We can have a bad attitude or bad behavior, right? Nothing ever seems to stay the same, does it? Not even people. So here's a question for you. You know, in a world that's constantly changing all of the time, wouldn't it be nice if we had at least just one thing that we can count on to just stay the same? Well, here's some good news. There is actually something that we can count on that will never change. You know what that is? That's God's love. God's love for us never changes. The Bible tells us in Hebrews 13 that Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. When everything else around us is always changing, we can know that Jesus is the same. I love the last part of this verse. It's found in Isaiah 54:10. It says, "My unfailing love for you will never be shaken." So compare that to this. God's love will never be shaken. It will never change like this kaleidoscope does. And here's something to remember. That verse says, "My unfailing love for you will not be shaken." Do you know what unfailing means? It means two things. Number one, it means that it never runs out. It never runs low. No matter what kind of season we're going through in our life, through our good times, through our bad times, the times that we're scared or the times that we're lonely, His love can always be found for us. It's always there. The Bible says His love endures forever. And number two, it means that God's love is constant. It remains the same. He doesn't love me more if I do good, and He doesn't love me less if I mess up. His love remains the same no matter when my behavior changes, no matter if my mood changes. If I sin, I can always come to Him and ask forgiveness, and He'll forgive me and love me, and He'll help me to do the right thing. Yes, His love for me and His love for you is unfailing. It never runs out and it never changes. So even though the weather may change or the seasons may change, God's love for us never changes. And that's something that we can count on. So thank God today for His unfailing love. God bless, and I'll see you here, there, or in the air. Wow, this thing is so cool.